I want to ask you a question that might ruin your day. When will your life actually begin? Most of us are operating on a subconscious level, thinking that this is some kind of rehearsal. We're grinding, pushing towards that someday when we'll have everything that we need. We can finally relax, we can live in peace, and we can spend time with the people we love. I recorded this video because I did a calculation that shattered my illusion. I realized that someday is not coming. I realized that I am in the tail end of the time, even in my 30s. By the end of this video, I want you to run some calculation. They'll be terrifying, but they'll be the only way for you to think and slow down. See, the problem is how we measure time. We measure time in years. If you are 30, you think you have almost 50 years left. We think it's a continuous river that will continue flowing at the same time. But that's a lie. Our mind does not measure time in years. It measures time in events. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You don't have 50 years to read books. If you read 5 books a year, you have only 250 books left to read. That's just a single bookshelf. And if you like to swim, you don't have 50 years to swim in the ocean. If you go to the ocean once, you have just 50 visits left. But let's move away from these trivial examples of books and oceans. Let's think about the people we love. My parents are in their 60s. They live in a different country, in a different city. I visit them twice a year. If they live for another 20 years, and I really hope they live even longer than that, I don't have 20 years with them. I have 40 visits. That's it. And the sad thing is, I spent the first 17, 18 years of my life living with them. I saw them every day. So for my in-person visits, I have already lived more than 93, 94% of the times that I would be seeing them. I'm in the tail end. I'm in my 30s. I'm in the tail end of seeing my parents. This is the calculation that scares me. I cannot add more years to my life. Perhaps I cannot even add more events to my life. I can go to see them maybe 3 times a year. That makes it 60. 60 visits. You can count them on fingers. So what do I do? The bad news is that I cannot add more years or more visits. The good news is that I can change the resolution. If I spend my 40th visit, 39th, 38th visit, and I spend that time looking at the emails, at the notifications on my phone, this resolution is blurry, it's wasted. But I can increase the resolution if I spend time with them. I keep the phone away, and I actually spend those hours when I'm there, listening to them, connecting with them. That's a 4K resolution. We can increase the resolutions of our events when we cannot increase the number of events. 1 hour of high resolution time is 100 times better than 100 hours of low resolution time. This is a very short video that I created about the challenge that I am facing and the realization that I am having. And I want you to run this calculation. Human pace is not about being lazy or being slow. It's about being intentional. Don't look at your life that you have 50 years left or 40 years left, looking at an average lifespan. Think of your life in the form of events. You like to go surfing, you don't have 50 years to surf. You have only perhaps 50 visits. You want to spend time with your loved ones, with your friends, with your spouses, with anyone. You don't have those years, you just have events. And you have to make sure that you cherish every single minute of it. I spent my 20s rushing, running towards the finish line. But now I'm realizing it was not finish line, it was the exit. And I don't want to run any further. See, these things are very hard to understand when you are young. But the moment you realize the things that are not in your control, you cherish everything that you get. And that's the message for today. Please measure the time in events, not in years. Thank you very much.